The message today is that don't be afraid of Stellantis and don't be afraid to strike if need be, but that is a last resort. Let me just turn the camera, John. Take a look. These are returning Stellantis workers, about 400 of them, as they had a rally here at the UAW Local 1264 in Sterling Heights. They basically walked from this UAW plant across the street and Van Dyke and Sterling Heights to the Sterling stamping plant. They want to have a solidarity, that they are in solidarity to show that Stellantis has a lot of work to do. There are basically two issues that are of main concern. One of them, keep building the Dodge Durango being made in the city of Detroit, and then they say the UAW contract says that they must reopen a plant in Belvidere, Illinois. Those are the two major issues. They say that it's a violation of the contract. Okay, Shawn Fain, as you said, was here today, and he rallied up the crowd and said, basically the message is, if we don't get what we want, we're going to strike. Take a look.
They want you to think that a strike won't hurt. And let me assure you of one thing. A strike will cripple this company. And if we have to strike, it's Stellantis' decision to do so because they're not honoring their commitment. Are you ready to vote yes to make Stellantis keep the promise? Are you ready to do whatever we have to do to save American jobs?
Stellantis stock hit an all-time low today. Right. Do you think that this strike talk has anything to do with that?
I believe it does, right? That they're seriously listening. The country's seriously listening to what we're talking about.
Right, so the stock is trading at a little over $13 a share, which is the lowest it's been. Now, whether that is related to the strike talk or not, I guess remains to be seen, but it certainly is something. Now, for Stellantis' part, they say that the contract about at least the Belvidere issues, that they're going to reopen that plant in Illinois, but not yet. And as far as keeping the Durango in Detroit, the Durango is still being made in Detroit, but again, market conditions may warrant changes. Okay, so the procedure now is that the union has filed a grievance. After the grievance procedure takes care of itself, Stellantis basically says if they don't get what they want, they're going to strike. And they're doing strike authorization votes now to give the authority, the leadership of the UAW, permission to strike. So we're not quite there yet, but today, no one walked off the job, everyone's working, but this was meant to show Stellantis that the UAW is ready to go on strike, and they are organized. I am here, I am live. You can see they're just getting back from their rally, which is about a quarter mile right here in Sterling Heights. I am live in Sterling Heights. I'll send it back to you.
Charlie, I know that likely nobody out there wants to see another strike like we saw recently, but obviously they're prepared to do what they have to do. How long should this grievance process take before we see sort of the next wave of action?
Yeah, that's a great question, because we're not really sure exactly what the grievance process is or what the result's going to be. And then, but I would say probably a couple of months or so. It's a very involved process. There's some legal issues regarding whether or not there's a violation of the contract and how you define reopening a plant or moving a plant or stopping production. There's going to be some legal issues, so there'll be some challenges likely. But the bottom line here is I think that this was a pretty oh, don't run us over here. It was a pretty strong showing of support for the union to strike, and which they really like to do is basically negotiate, not according to the UAW, nothing new, just what they negotiated in the contract back in 2023, just less than really a year ago. So we don't know how long it's going to take, but believe me, they'll be out here ready to go.
And we know you'll be on top of it. Thank you so much, Charlie Langton. We appreciate you.